Hey, hey, hey. Welcome to the big show. Hey, hey. Welcome to the big show. Oh, shoot. Hold on. That should kill the echo. Sorry about that, y'all. For some reason, the Facebook didn't want to take. Hello. But I got everything working now. I've got everything working now. And I apologize. I don't look like myself. I don't feel like I sound like myself. Uh, but of course, it's what COVID does to you, I guess. I feel like I'm real stopped up. But I'm breathing okay. Lost some weight. Uh, Appetite's coming but going. Uh, I ate a little bit better today. It just depends on what I'm eating. Uh, I look rough too. We'll be all right. It ain't about what you look like. It's where you going. Y'all have to excuse me. I can't talk too loud, and I gotta talk a little slower. Uh, so I won't get into a coughing spell. But other than that, I'm all right. I just wanted to come on and say a few words. Uh, been been a little rough here and there. Uh, the main part is keeping your attitude and your mind in the right perspective. That's why I wanted to come on tonight. I haven't said much, uh, and I wanted to make sure that when I said something, it meant something, and it wasn't just saying stuff to be talking. Uh, uh, I want to thank everybody who has. I want to thank everybody who's gone. They've called me and text me, and they checked on me and want to do stuff for me, and I'm grateful for that. Uh, you know, uh, well, hold on. I think my microphone want to be stupid. Try not to get too emotional and I get all choked up, and I get in the coughing spells and stuff. But you know, just like everything else in life, uh, my perspective has always been, regardless of the challenge, you got to know who's in control, and uh, and we can't never lose sight of that. Uh, that's why today I want to talk about the deeper understanding of God's love for us. Uh, I don't really want to. I didn't want to come on here and preach because that's not my calling. I'm not a minister. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a preacher. I'm not none of those things. I'm gonna settle just like everybody else. I do things wrong, have wrong thoughts, and my mission now is to just try to help other people as we go along and travel along this thing called life. And just like everything else I've been involved in health wise over the past, I don't know, 6, 7 years, seem like uh, I always try to keep my perspective in the right, keep my mind in the right perspective. I never get too far up, never try to get too far down on yourself. Uh, the days you don't feel like yourself, and the days you don't feel like you got it, you just got to keep looking up towards heaven. Uh, for we know that all good things come from above. Our healing, our strength, our growth, our maturity, our forgiveness, all of those things, they come from above. And God doesn't give bad things to good people for no reason. And he doesn't allow things to happen to good people for no reason. And so that's part of our purpose in the growing and in our healing is that we always keep our minds on what's above us. And we're not what we in the midst of, because sometimes excuse me, voice get a little weak. I get a little something in me. So sometimes we get caught up. I'm sorry, my room a mess. I'm a mess. My room a mess. I'm a mess, but I wanted to get this out. Thank you. Thank you, Dot. We can't get caught up in the things that are on the surface sometimes. Because sometimes we get caught up on what things look like and what other people are telling us that it is. Some people are more afraid than you are. I found that a lot in life, especially over these last few years of the struggles I've had to go through physically with my health, is that people will see things and they'll hear things and then they'll start preparing. They'll start preparing for your demise. And I remember I got caught up in that a couple of times. I was telling a friend of mine about that the other day that I remember when things started looking bleak and I started dialysis and they kept asking me, well, do you have a living will, or what do you want your wish to be if you pass, if and when you pass on? And I got caught up in that. I got caught up in thinking, well, I do need to have my affairs in order because I do got kids and nieces and nephews and my sisters and my family, and I don't want to put them in a situation to where they having to scrape and scramble and don't know what to do with me. And then again, I keep hearing that voice from God that just says, boy, what are you doing? I didn't bring you this far for you to prepare to die. If you cut that out and you start living, you keep preparing to live until I tell you it's time to go. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. We get caught up in those things. We hear doctors' reports, we see the stuff on TV, we hear all the rumors and rumblings, and we have family members and stuff that pass on, and and they die, and they say, oh, it's from COVID, it's from this, it's from that, and it might be true, but at the same time, we have to understand who's in control. It's not always about what we want and what the doctors think and what everybody else thinks and what it looks like and sometimes even what it feels like. Sometimes you just got to know that whatever God is going to bring you to, he's going to bring you through it. And you got to believe in his love, which is incomprehensible to the average mind of a man. There's no way we can measure or quantify or measure or put in a box how much love God really has for us. We think we know. You know, we read scriptures about it, and we sing old hymns, and we feel his power, and we feel his love on us. And if we're even after all of that, sometimes we still can't grasp the true power of what God has for us and how much love he really does have for us sometimes. And we get caught up because we think things is going good. So God is good with us, we good with him, and we don't need him at that time. Or things get worse for us, things get to going a little bad, and he the first person we want to call on and cry on and snot on and pray that he perform a miracle. But the reality is the miracle has already taken place. Amen. And sometimes we get so caught up in our stuff that we can't understand or receive that the miracle is already there, because we want to touch it right then and there. We want him to heal and move right then and there. And God doesn't always move like that. Sometimes he needs us to sit still and sit in our situations sometimes so he can fully get our undivided attention. This ain't the first time that I've been set down and put in isolation in a sense. Hell, I've been in jail. I've been in hospital rooms for weeks at a time. I've been strapped up to a chair, getting my blood cleaned up. So this ain't nothing new for me. And maybe I can find more comfort in it than the normal person, because I recognize when he sits me down, I need to be sat down. And it's for a purpose. And it might not feel good, and might not always look good. Sometimes it's from my disobedience. You know, sometimes he just needs me to calm down. And I've learned to recognize those different stages in life, and to not get so upset and not get so twisted on making it about me, because everything is not about me. Sorry, y'all. I don't have no notes. I just try to open my mouth and let it just come on out. But yeah, I've been feeling pretty good. I try not to let anything bring me too far down, because like I said, we always have to realize who's in control. And when he takes your freedom and he takes your time away from you, don't get upset with him. Don't get upset and frustrated and want to force the process. He needs you to sit for a time so he can do what he needs to do. Okay? And if you're always on the move and you're always moving, I learned this from watching my daughter. Because see, she's always on the move and she's always on the go. And there's so much of the world that she wants to be a part of. And I understand that too, because she's young. But when she does have to sit, and she does have to call daddy, and she does need some money, then I recognize that's my opportunity. Okay, she can't go nowhere. She can't do nothing without me. So now it's my opportunity to provide the knowledge and the understanding I need her to have, and everything else to go along with what she's asking me for. And to her credit, she sits there and she'll listen, And she might not appreciate it. Sometimes she does. But that's how we have to look at it too when it's our time to sit at the foot of the master and listen to your father and let him talk to you and let him heal you and help you get yourself together. So I don't want everybody to get all upset and oh, he's sick and oh, he just went through this. He went through kidney transplant. He did this. That. Yeah, everything we do is all for the glorification of God. It ain't about me. My friend of mine, she said the other day, she said, I just don't want you to go. I'm trying to keep you here. Your oxygen wasn't too good, but my oxygen wasn't too good, and it's still not the best. And I ain't worried about that either. And I told her then, I said, listen, me and my father good. We've already come to understand. I said, when it's time for you to go, it ain't gonna be from no COVID. It ain't gonna be from no kidney failure. It ain't gonna be from no heart attack. It ain't gonna be nothing major. It'll be something stupid. Something small is gonna take me up out of here. And it's gonna be all right with me. And it's gonna be all right with him because I've already told him I'm not gonna put myself in a position to where you ready to snatch my life away. I'm not gonna put you in a position to where I'm destroying the life that you're giving me by going out here and drinking and smoking and doing God knows whatever, and keep begging you for second and fourth and third and fifth and sixth chances. I'm not gonna take no chances with my life frivolously, and at the same time, just keep giving me the strength to do what I need to do for your glorification. So then, when I can't do it no more, then hey, I'm gladly gonna lay down, close my eyes, and go on and see what the next level gonna be. But ain't no needing people. I don't want everybody to be all upset, and I want everybody to try to stop living life, trying to figure out how am I doing, how I'm doing this and doing that. I'm okay. All right. The only problem I have is, yes, I have shortness of breath real bad. I have to pretty much plan everything out like an old man. If I gotta go to the bathroom, I make it count. Because I know I'm gonna have to sit there for a minute, get my breath, and then come on back in. Ain't no quick pop up and run. So when it's time for me to get up, I make sure that I whatever I'm getting up to go get it all in one whop, come sit down, just my breath, and I'm fine. And we just trying to work towards making a full recovery so I can get back to work because I do miss going to work. I'm a people person, and this is hard being without the people, but it's always gonna be all right. And that's why I tell people that it's not to undermine, it's not to try to make myself seem so much bigger and larger than life than what I already am. It's just that I believe, and I know what God can do for us. And I'm gonna try to close out on this note if anybody want to call in. I forgot I put the call in on me. But yeah, just speaking on the love of God and what He has for us, uh, we're not gonna start that. Excuse me. I had to get a little something in my throat. But yeah, we gotta focus on the bigger picture of life. And that's God's love. We get so caught up in wanting love and honor and respect from people that don't mean a hill of beans to us. But the real love of God, and I ain't talking about uh we talk about can't nobody do you like Jesus and all them songs and stuff that we sang and all the cliches. I'm talking about when you got to sit down and you got to face up with God Himself. And ain't nowhere for you to run. Ain't nowhere for you to hide. And you got to really sit there and face God for who he is. And it ain't about even telling him, thank you, God, for what you done for me. It's just knowing, and not even just believing, not even trusting, but just knowing that he got something for you. Just knowing that all the people in the world that he loves and he's connected to, that he's connected to you too. Everything has been created, all the good things that have come your way, and you are sitting there with him, and he's sitting there with you. That's a real kind of love thing. And that's where I get up here and I try to preach and I try to talk and I try to get us as a people back to the place of the originality where there was nothing but the love of God between us. And for some reason, we've let other things, we've let other places and people and foolishness get in between of what God really has for us and what God really wants for us as a people, not just Black people, all people. We've gotten so far away from that because we're so selfish now. And all we care about is what we want. But that's not what the love of God is about. And that's not what it is to pass the love of God to one another. You know, I started the last couple of days, my children are done with school pretty much. So first day of school hit a little different for me now. But but I took joy in watching my other nieces and nephews and you know, seeing other folks' children and seeing the joy in the parents' faces and the babies was happy to go back to school. And see, that's the love of God that I'm hoping we get back towards. And that's the love of our community, the love of ourselves, the love of our children. Quit getting so caught up on what the TV says and what the internet says, and quit trying to be something special and be more than what we are. We are people. We are broken people, and we need our Savior. We need our Master. We need our God every day. We need His love every single day, not just to keep for ourselves, but to spread across to all of His children. He doesn't love us just to love on us. He loves us so we can love one another. And it was such a beautiful thing. And it made me feel good to see the joy and the happiness of the parents and the children, getting the children back to some type of normal life. I know it's not easy still. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be some virtual stuff still going on. They gotta wear masks. And it's a challenge. It's a different type of school environment for these children and for the parents. But I just hope that we don't lose sight of what's most important to us, and that is to continue to spread the love of God for each and every one of us. You know, and we don't know what condition our children are gonna come back home to us in sometimes, and all you can do is just pray that God protects them and covers them while they're going to school. The same thing for your husband, your wife, or whatever. You don't know what kind of condition they're gonna come home in, or if they come home at all. So we have to keep praying and we have to keep loving on one another and praying with a prayer of expectation that our children and our spouses or whatever are gonna come home to us the way we sent them out. I don't know what that is. Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to say that a little bit today. I don't know if anybody will call in, but give me a second. Okay. That's the link if anybody wanted to call in. You don't have to be on camera. But I did want to give you a chance if you wanted to say anything. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and say a few words. Oof, I need to shave too. Uh, just a few words. Uh, but I do thank everybody for chiming in. I thank everybody uh for like I said, praying and and checking on me. I don't take it lightly. I remember I read a book one time, and it was about a preacher. And the story always stuck with me too after I read it. But basically, the moral of the story is there's a young preacher, and he was in a horrible car wreck and destroyed both his legs. And people kept trying to do stuff for him, and the man in him. And really, the story was about him dying for a few minutes, and he saw heaven and all that. But then God let him come back, and he restored his legs and stuff. And the biggest part I took from that book though uh, was that the young man had people who wanted to love on him, and they kept calling on and trying to check on him and do stuff for him, and he didn't know how to handle it. And finally, he said an angel told him, sometimes uh, people you heal other people by allowing them to heal you, and that whatever's broken in them, you might be helping fixing them by allowing them to love on you and fix on you because they have love for you and they want to see you do good. And by doing whatever little piece they can do, it makes them feel better and makes them want to do more for other people. So I know sometimes it's hard for us to do because we always feel like people are taking advantage of us, but uh it's a good thing to allow people to love on you and again allow that love of God to pass through from person to person. But if anybody got nothing to say, and I'm gonna get off of here and save my little win, as I'm starting to starting to dry up. Well, I shouldn't say dry. The mucus is thickening up again, and uh, gotta use the bathroom. So I gotta get all my little trip stuff in order in case you can't just do one thing. Uh, again, I'll give y'all a couple more minutes if you want to chime in and say hey. So go to the link. It'd be good to hear some voices. Uh, uh, I didn't want to stay long. I ain't got nothing else to do. Yeah, I might do one tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see how we feel. Uh, they ain't gonna let me go back. Uh, I'm looking at maybe Friday, maybe Saturday. Just depends on how much uh my lungs get stronger. That's really all that's bothering me is this a shortness of breath. I feel stronger now. As far as breathing wise, I haven't had any oxygen or breathing tubes or none of that stuff. All thing they had on me, I was in the hospital for a couple of days. All thing they had on me was some IV fluid. Uh, but other than that, I'm taking my normal meds. Uh, they're really not, I guess, a whole bunch of medication they give you. They just pretty much let it run its course through your natural immune system. And it's all I can do. Try to stay hydrated. Uh, keep myself in good spirits, good energy. But well, if anybody gonna call in, that's all good. I thank everybody for chiming in and watching. And hopefully, like I said, we might have something for y'all tomorrow. But y'all take it easy. God bless.